Welcome back to Ask the Physical Therapist. One of the most common complaints that we hear when people get started in dancer shape classes is sensitivity on the wrist with our plank work. So we wanted to go and talk to Toussaint today about some exercises that might help us build some strength, some flexibility, and some joint mobility.
So I know personally when I started taking yoga about 10 years ago, I thought that I would never be able to do a full plank without my wrist hurting. And so it took time and practice, but I wanted to go through kind of the three main things that have to happen anatomically in order for you to get into that position, a couple of modifications, and a couple of mobilizations that you can try. Three main things that have to happen anatomically to get your wrist into full extension. The soft tissue has to have enough mobility, so the muscles and the fascia. The nerves running down that area, your median nerve especially, has to have enough mobility. And then the bones, your radius and your small carpal bones of the wrist have to be able to kind of roll and slide glide against each other. So if those three things don't happen well, then we really can't expect you to be able to support your whole body weight in a plank or do a push-up. So I want to give you three simple exercises that you can start doing. Kind of high frequency is the main goal, that you're able to do these throughout the day. And then you can also warm up your wrists this way before you get into plank during classes. Okay, so three exercises, very simple. You can do them all day long. They're a great warm up before you get into class and you get ready to go into your first plank position. Okay, so first, I want you to reach your elbow out straight, perfect. I want you to gently grab your fingers and I want you to pull your fingers back toward your armpits. You're gonna hold for about 10 seconds and your elbow must be straight in order to stretch the wrist flexors. Perfect, so switch sides. They should feel pretty symmetrical side to side. It's more important that you're doing high frequency on these. Good, okay, face forward. Next exercise is looking at nerve mobility, median nerve mobility. So opposite hand on the shoulder. You're gonna push your shoulder down, push the clavicle down, and then really gently wiggle your fingers back and forward. You're gonna feel this wherever that nerve tract is the tightest. The only thing connected both down here and up here is the nerve tract. So we know that we're not stretching muscle as much, it's more neural. So you're gonna compare that side to side, push the shoulder down.
Better on my left than my right.
Perfect. So something to keep track of as you're getting stronger and you're challenging yourself more going forward in classes. Okay, and the last is for the joint. So for this exercise, it's just like when you're a kid and you're working on popping your knuckle, kind of separating the small finger bones. So you've got your two little knobby points on your wrist, it's your radius and your ulna. You're gonna come off of that a little bit, and then you're gonna gently pull. So you're literally trying to kind of gap the joint space a smidge, separate. And so you'll do about 10 times 10-second hold on each side. So again, higher frequency, at least a 10-second hold on these, a really good warm up before you get into plank. So go ahead and come onto all fours for me, hands and knees. So once you've got the mobility improved, you've been working on these high frequency, we need to start working on loading the joint and strengthening. So first step is to come into this hands and knee position and work on long holds, so working your way up to a minute. Once this is easy, it's no longer hurting, then you're gonna straighten out one knee. So same thing, long holds, working on endurance. Once this is good, you're gonna pop up into your full plank. At home, you're gonna work on holding this position for about a minute, working on breathing. So bring your knees down, go ahead and roll your mat up. So in our DS classes, the plank series is a little bit longer, which is great for core, abdominals, so many things, but your wrist may not be quite ready for it. So in that case, the easiest, quickest modification we can do is get you out of wrist extension a smidge so the position's not so intense. So the roll needs to be right underneath your wrist bones, fingers are off the edge, and then you're gonna push your finger pads down. Perfect. And then you can relax. So there are some issues coming from the neck and coming from these carpal bones that can be contributing to wrist pain. So if these things aren't working, if it's really getting intense, you're having trouble, questions, just let us know. Thanks guys, we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.